Floor is yours.
Hey, welcome to the Burn It Down NASCAR podcast. We're going to get you over the Roval and ready for the final four races here. Uh, got a big announcement. We are no longer affiliated with NASCAR Only on Facebook. We are now affiliated and own the the Facebook page True NASCAR. So come on over there. Watch our podcast, get rowdy, have some fun. Not going to go into details. Things happen this week. There's always a reason, and we'll come out better in the end for it. So, with that, we had the Roval, and we're going to have it again. 2 road courses in the playoffs next year. But what'd you think?
It wasn't bad. I was expecting a lot more chaos than what it was, but it got more chaos-y, more crazy near the end, where they started going 3 wide after like the first turn, and then who got crashed. It was right in front of Truex twice, and then Stenhouse caught fire. So it was interesting near the second half.
That was a big burn down.
Yeah,
Stenhouse.
Second half of the race. So it was more interesting for the first half because of Kyle Larson, because you're like, oh, is he gonna make it starting last? So
didn't he end up finishing second?
Larson, no,
second or third. He was up there.
Larson finished 13th.
Okay. The last time he started a race which was at California, he won it. So I put him in. Sorry to see Kyle Busch out. Never thought I'd see that.
I thought he was to be more aggressive than what he was. He tried when he
was second place.
When he was second place on that restart, and he had did he have the outside? Where he had the outside, he tried goosing it after that right on the start, and he just spun his tires and he couldn't get grip into turn 1, and he just couldn't catch up after that. I thought he was when Byron was catching Allmendinger, when I thought they're gonna get together and he's gonna be able to do something, but didn't work.
No, and he was very magnanimous. He was, first year with the team. He was an adult when it was over with. But
better than what he did in Gibbs last year.
Well, absolutely. But as we know, Busch, Keselowski, Bubba, and Ross Chastain are out now. And our final 8 are Blaney, Byron, Bell, Larson, Buescher, Hamlin, and Truex. So
Truex keeps getting by the skin of his teeth, only because of
it's because he's got so many
playoff points. Yeah, and now he's back up there, 5 below the 5 below being in first because of all the playoff points. So like he's literally what 17? No, 12 above the cut line. But still, that's one bad race, you're done. So he better not have any more coming up.
Well, we're going to 4, and I don't have him in it. I'm like you on that. It wasn't. It was actually pretty boring. I think there was just so many people being so cautious to start the race out, and through stage 1 until we started getting to the end of stage 2. I loved watching Larson and some of the other guys, for that matter, play the strategy the way they did.
Yeah.
Short pitting and coming out, gaining spots every time when the stage ended. It just it was a lot more enjoyable for me than for those of you out there. This is Brian's daughter and my granddaughter, Summer, and she's a ham.
Yeah.
But it was cool to watch a lot of them play. The strategy thing.
Yeah, and then I
Um,
liked it because a lot of them were just doing Hail Marys. Like, all right, well, we're gonna do the opposite. Like, Keselowski was. If they're gonna pit, we're not. Or if they're not gonna pit, we're going to.
yeah. And Kyle Busch, he did a great job of staying in the top 10 all day long and
Who?
coming home second. Kyle Busch.
Oh yeah. He did real good.
I want to see a puppy.
It's too bad, but anyway, Bubba's out, Chastain's out. We each got 2 out of the 4. I had Blaney and Riddick going out. You had Busher and Blaney, and we were both wrong, so we were 50% on that.
Bush is doing way better than I thought.
Yeah, needs water.
Water, huh?
Is it a water break?
He has water. Do you want water? Well, I actually might need to go get water. But
All right.
no, go ahead. Keep going.
I think we already touched on it. Like I said, the final 8. If you want to take an intermission, let's do it, and then we'll move on to news and views, and we'll be back in a minute, folks.
It won't take long to go get her some water real quick.
Skeleton Girl. We not going to be a long show today. We got a few little things here and there, but that's just the way it's going to be. I do want to reiterate, people, NASCAR only. Get away from it. It was sold. I don't know why it was sold. I wasn't even informed that it was going to be sold, but it's definitely not American owned anymore in any way, shape, or form. So get out of there. It's not a good thing. I guess money is louder than most anything else. So go to True NASCAR. All right. Where do you want to go next?
I don't know. We just usually do this off the cuff, so.
Yep, and that's what we're doing.
Well, that was the standings, but congratulations to AJ. We never,
Oh my gosh.
You know.
Oh my gosh. Was that like the best ever when he got out of the car?
He knows he's not going to be in that car, and he knew this was his one of his final chances to win a race. He's out of that car next year. He's going back to Xfinity. What the rumors are, I forgot who was possibly going to take his ride, but gosh, who was it? I forgot. It's not Chandler Smith, but it's gonna come out that he's not gonna be in that car, and he knows it. So this was very special to him with the win back in the Cup car, and so yeah, it was cool watching him accelerate, being super excited, super emotional, going to the crowd, doing the Stone Cold beer, yeah, type thing. So,
well, going up in the stands was just fantabulous.
Yeah. I'm surprised NASCAR doesn't try to stop that, but I'm glad they, whatever,
What are they gonna do? I mean, literally, what are they gonna do?
If anything, that brings more joy to being a race car fan. Brings them more close, I guess.
Well,
but yeah, congrats to him, because the last race he won was Indy 2 years ago, I think, Indianapolis, the road course.
It's been a while. Well, that was his third. I think another one was either Watkins Glen or Sonoma. I don't remember which, but they were all 3 road courses.
Yeah.
So, all right. Let's broom some stuff off here. Unless you got anything else about the Roval.
Nope.
All right. For all you Haley Deegan fanatics, she is going to full-time Xfinity. I don't care. It was a big deal this week. So what? Just a higher.
It's a big deal because there's a lot of other people that deserve that ride, and she's getting it without proving she deserves it, and that's why it's getting a lot of press. Because
My point is, it's just a higher level platform for her to fail at, because that's what's going to happen.
Yep.
She's like a Michael Waltrip, unless it's a plate race or something
Not even that. She doesn't. I don't know. I see where people's anger and upset and questions come from, and I had the same. What did she do to deserve an Xfinity ride when she couldn't prove it in trucks to get to Xfinity? Because usually you got to prove your way up from ARC at the trucks to Xfinity to Cup. She hasn't in anything.
She's got the Danica syndrome. She's good on the eyes. That's her qualification.
And she
Just like Bubba has the race card.
But still, yeah.
All right.
Well, whatever.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
All right. We're gonna see a Ryan Newman race again at Homestead in the Xfinity, not in the Cup, in the Xfinity. I was surprised at that he actually took it. Good for him. It's just nice seeing Ryan on the track. Hometown boy. Another couple of quick hits. Austin Cindric was
P-break.
announced. He is re-signed for the number 2 at Penske. Good for him. Let's see. Carson Hocevar. He's going to the 77's Cup ride with Spire Motorsports. And the last big thing, in my opinion, that happened this week is Matt Kenseth was hired by Jimmy Johnson to join Legacy Motorsports, the old Richard Petty organization, as a competition director. So good for him. Another thing, Carl Edwards has announced that he is going to be racing at Phoenix in the truck race. I'm not sure of the truck number or the organization, but he had an X, or formerly known as Twitter. I'm backs, and nobody knew about it, so everybody started doing some digging, and he's going to be in the trucks, which is going to be cool. I'd love to see him back in the Cup. He was one of my faves. And I hope whenever or if ever he does and he wins a race, he's not too old to do the backflip. So, let's see here. On Brian and I's little playoff points challenge that we created, after round 2, Brian killed me. He's 43 to the good after the round 2, 3 races. So round by round, I've got a round, he's got a round, but I only won last round by 1 point. So he's absolutely destroying me with a 42-point lead through the playoffs.
Okay.
Did you hear all that one?
Nope.
I was just going over the playoff points round by round, and you're ahead of me this round by 43 points. So I was ahead of you last time, or the first round, by 1 point. So you're 42 up for the rounds, but we each got a round. Just your round was bigger than my round. I covered Hocevar to the 77.
Yeah,
Kenseth,
I hope he does well there because it's not the best equipment. But with Spire putting up,
Motorsport.
but with all the money they're putting into everything else, I can't see why they can't succeed.
Yeah. Carson Hocevar, he deserves a good ride.
I just don't know if the Spire's that ride.
Well, we're going to find out because we know how he's performing in the
42.
42,
where Noah
42.
couldn't do what he's doing, so.
Yeah. And then I talked a little bit about Matt Kenseth joining Legacy
which is
as a
huge.
competition director.
Huge.
That's huge.
Jimmy Johnson's
That's
pulling out some big guns.
Yep. Well, I think it's fantastic. I think it's a great move for Legacy and a great opportunity for Matt.
Yeah, he doesn't have to drive him. He can still be in NASCAR, and he's in a leadership, mentorship role.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
And then I also see what your thoughts are on Carl Edwards coming back and racing at Phoenix, albeit in a truck.
I think we talked about that last week, but obviously the podcast. But yeah, that'd be cool to watch. I think it's more or less he's kind of like dipping his toes in, and then
I think he is too.
go
I
from
hope
there.
someday Carl Edwards writes a book or a biographer does or something. Because I'm really curious to what really happened with Joe Gibbs Motors,
Well, if Joe Gibbs ever dies and all those drivers get together and make like a book about what happened, I bet you horror stories. Because look at the exodus of people leaving. They've lost everybody in their Xfinity. They lost Matt Kenseth. They lost Kyle Busch, Carl Edwards. They're losing all. And Denny's only staying probably because of only FedEx.
Well, and team affiliation with
Yeah,
2311 too. The
yeah.
support he gets. But there's and you think about the tragedy with JD dying and Coy dying, and there is, and then you go into the history with Joe Gibbs.
Yeah.
A coach in the NFL, winning coach, and I don't know. But I really, really, really want to know the backstory of what. Because if you remember when Carl Edwards left, it was like, what, 4 to 6 weeks before Daytona? Everybody thought he was signed, sealed, and delivered, and all of a sudden it was announced, I'm done, and walks away. It wasn't like, well, this is my last year. Or, I mean, there was no announcement other than he's gone. And it was almost one of those situations where you thought, oh no, he's sick. Something's really bad. He's got something terminal.
But he was also avidly against stage racing, like stay caution. He was like the front runner of that whole thing, and I don't think he wanted to deal with that type of racing. But I think that's partial, but not the reason.
I think it has something to do with it. But was it the last race that Fox did where he was actually an on-air personality for most of the race, and he had actually stated during that he's kind of getting the bug back.
Yeah.
Because he has not won a champion. He tied with Tony Stewart one year, and Tony got
and
it
he was
because
second
of top 5
second to
finish.
Jimmy Johnson. One
It
year.
was Tony.
No, he was second to Jimmy Johnson also another year.
Well, he may have been.
Yeah, another year. Yeah.
Actually,
should have won or could have won.
Yeah, but all he had to do is finish one position better. But it went down to like top 5 finishes. Hi, sweetie, how you doing, skeleton girl? So, who's your final 4 pick for going to Homestead?
Oh man. I'm gonna say Byron Larson. I'm going to say what races are
Vegas, Homestead, and Martinsville.
Baby, please. Yeah, Larson, Byron. I'm gonna say Truex because these races are good for him, and then Buescher. Hamlin's out, Bell's out, Reddick's out, and Blaney.
I got it wrote down. I'm going Larson, Bell, Reddick, and Byron.
I just don't think Reddick's not good at these. Say he's not, but he's just these tracks. I just don't see it.
He's overperformed in every round, and
Well, it's kind of like last year. Christopher Bell had to literally win to get in. I think almost every round. So that's why unless he wins, I don't think he's getting in.
I don't either. Like I said, I mean, I do. I think he's gonna be the only one coming out of Joe Gibbs Racing. I think I still say somebody's gonna give Hamlin his comeuppance. It's coming. They're just
Yeah, it's
waiting
been
for to knock him out. And you can take your pick between Larson, Chastain. What are they gonna do? Kick him out of the playoffs? He's
Yeah.
gone. Set him down for the rest of the year. Fine. He'll go watermelon. I still believe that Denny Hamlin is somebody is gonna make sure that he doesn't get into the final four. Truex, I think's luck train has hit the end of the tracks because it's been pure luck. Now he's gonna have to win, in my opinion, to get through. But Larson's doing well. Reddick has been unbelievably consistent. Byron has just been a steam engine all year long. I mean, he's had his ups and downs, but and I just for some reason I felt like Bell is going to do it. So anyway, you're going with Larson, Byron, Truex, and Busher.
Yeah, I think Busher. I think he's just if he sticks with his strong performances like he kind of has, and I think Brad Keselowski will push all resources towards him, and Brad will do anything on the track
Oh,
to help him.
absolutely. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Brad's a team player.
Yeah, and he's shown that the last 2 years alone, but this year alone too.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I don't have much else. Again, there wasn't a whole lot newsworthy that happened this week. We're recording this Wednesday night, so I haven't seen any penalties come out. The only thing I saw announcement by NASCAR was Sunday night or Monday where Allmendinger passed inspection and was declared the official winner. So that's the only thing I've seen from NASCAR. Anywho, you gonna pick a winner for
Well,
Vegas?
there's two things that popped up recently. Sheldon Creed. Sorry, Sheldon Creed in the Xfinity. He's not returning to RCR next year. That was just announced.
Really?
You know,
I didn't hear that.
and it just got announced 35 minutes ago.
That would be why.
Yeah, he's not returning. He hasn't announced where he's going. So, has Junior announced a fourth car yet?
Not that I'm aware of.
Possibility there, or he might be going the Cup. I don't know.
Sheldon Creed's had a pretty hot temper this year.
Yeah, and then you're gonna love this. Do you know how much money NASCAR made in Chicago after everything was paid for?
No.
Just take a guess.
Well,
I'll give you a
gonna
hint.
think
It's a trick question.
Okay, $0.
Negative $2.9 million.
Let's do it again.
After Chicago spent 3.5 million on NASCAR race and only got 620,000. $2.9 million loss. And they're gonna blame, the rain and the flood and all that. I'm like, it doesn't matter. You want to gain $2.9 more million.
Stop it. Just stop it.
I figured you might like that
Go
one.
back out to Chicagoland if you're gonna do a Chicago race. Oh God, you're gonna get me off into some shit here.
And I don't know if you saw Construction has started on Auto Club Speedway.
Are they going quarter mile?
Yeah, the construction has started.
Awesome. That's going to be great
No,
next year.
it's not going to be this coming year. It's going to be the following because the schedule's already out. So it's not this year. It's the year after. So they got to.
25.
Yeah, so they got.
Well, that's why they're
18
going to
months.
Iowa,
Yeah.
because they had to take Auto Club off the schedule because of construction.
Iowa probably will stay on it, but yeah, it's gonna be, like I said, it won't be 2024. It'll be 2025 schedule where that track.
Take the Chicago street race off and go to the quarter mile
Yeah.
Auto Club, please, please. I'm so sick and tired of this crap.
Yeah. I was just trying to think of other stuff. Ty Dillon's probably not gonna get another ride. If he does, I'll be surprised. I was surprised he got that ride.
Yeah.
He's
out.
Yeah.
Hocevar's in
Yeah, I
there.
know. So I'm saying I don't know if he's gonna go anywhere.
Daddy might make a spot for him.
Grandpa.
Well, you just said,
Sheldon Creed. So yeah, he might go to
Sheldon
Xfinity.
Creed's out. He might get that Xfinity ride for a little
Yeah.
while.
Oh, was it? What's the last race of the year? Phoenix, or is it Phoenix?
Phoenix.
Or Homestead?
Yeah. No, Phoenix.
Whichever race is the final race of the year, do you see what they named it? They announced what it's named. It's the Mobile One
No,
Forever 400 because for Harvick.
Oh yes, I did see that. Yes, I did.
I think that's pretty cool. They're attributing. It's Mobile One, but it's a tribute to Harvick. You know, it's forever.
Well, that's been one of his main sponsors since he's been at Stewart Haas has been Mobile One.
Yeah.
Him and Tony both.
Yeah.
You ever notice you don't hear diddly squat out of Tony anymore?
Yeah. Well, he's doing his own thing. He's got his NHRA stuff, which he's winning at and winning championships in. So
when he's not getting DQ'd.
I think that's the thing that you get DQ'd easily in, from what I understand.
Yeah, they said he used parts or something of that nature.
I'm looking at it. I'm just skimming. I don't see anything else.
Okay. Well, I don't either.
Yeah, I think that's it. Nothing. I'm not seeing anything right now. Like I said, it's Wednesday, and usually stuff comes out, so that's about it. I'm just happy Bubbles isn't in anymore, giving him unwanted attention. And
they'll still interview him. Every race, they're still interviewing.
People need to realize he only made it into the top 16 is because of penalties throughout the year. Chase Elliott and who was the other one? There's a couple penalties.
Byron,
Bowman. All of them got penalties throughout the year, so it bumped him up. And then in the round of 12, Logano crashed out. Like it was a perfect storm for Bubba to finish top 8, even though he is not a top 8 driver.
When he had bottom line, when he had to actually go out and compete for the prize, he couldn't do it.
Yeah, he literally had to get lucky.
Fault.
He had to get lucky because of other drivers' unfortunate circumstances. You know,
that's the only reason he got in.
Yeah.
It wasn't on performance.
No.
It wasn't on talent. It was
other drivers.
Yeah.
Negative circumstances to other drivers for him to get in. It's just a lucky storm. So hopefully no more. Actually, it's gonna be on him. Like, we're fucked. We'll do our best. You ain't gonna finish average top 20 the next races. So
what I better see out of Bubba right now for the next 4 races is him doing everything he can to help Reddick.
He should.
He better. Remember last year when they put him in the
45,
because
championship
just
points
to get him in, try to get him in. They should do the same thing now with Reddick. Whatever it takes, pull resources from his team, and he should be a team player, sacrifice himself on the track, whatever it takes to push his teammate across the line.
Yep.
All those concessions were made for him last year. Now he needs to suck it up and be a team player.
Yep.
And quit getting out.
And he gets out and he says, well, if this was 5 years ago, I would have been raging and mad and screaming and stuff. I'm like, shut up. That's maturity.
Go get you a Happy Meal and shut up.
Yeah.
So,
So,
all right.
that's pretty much it. There's nothing I see new besides what I announced or.
Gotcha. All right. Unless you got anything else, I'm done.
Nope, I don't got anything.
All right. Like I said earlier, people, go to True NASCAR Facebook page. Look for the big Richard Petty cover photo. That's our new home. We're going to do what we can to build it. Drag people from other places. Let's get rowdy. Let's have fun. And that's where we'll be posting our podcast from now on. So, with that, everybody happy racing, and we'll see you after Homestead.